Hello students, now we are continuing with the second part of the same lesson, that is the lesson number 5 of history, the uprising of 1857. Till now we have learnt about the causes of the revolt. Now the one more cause we are going to continue with the this lecture, that is immediate cause. So because of all these background, means the discontentment it was there with the Indian people. Okay, so because all these discontentment wanted a spark to lead the uprising. Okay, so that spark was in the form of the Enfield rifles. So these new rifles were introduced in the army in 1856. Whatever the cartridge means what? The cartridge means nothing but that bullet. That bullet which was used in these rifles was having a grease paper around it. To load the rifle, the Sipahi had to remove that paper with the help of mouth. So they had to bite it. The rumor it was spread that the paper was coated with the fat of cows and the pigs, and this was against the beliefs of both the Hindus and the Muslims. So this news spread like a forest fire. Letters were exchanged among the Sipahis. So they discussed about this, and the Sipahi discarded the use of Enfield rifles. So they said or they denied to use the Enfield rifles. Mangal Pandey, a soldier, attacked his superior in Barakpur on 29 March 1857. So Mangal Pandey, he attacked on his senior and he was arrested because of this and also executed. This episode conveyed the message that the Sipahi were prepared to defy the orders of the Britishers. So this was the immediate cause for the uprising of 1857. Now the next point, that is the outbreak of the revolt at Meerut. So Mandal Pandey's execution caused a lot of unrest in the army camps across the India, and 85 soldiers of the 3rd Bengal Light Cavalry refused to touch the cartridge. Means the Bengal Light Cavalry, they also refused to use the cartridge and the Enfield rifles. On 9th May 1857, they were sentenced of 10 years of imprisonment. So the soldiers, they announced the imprisonment for the 10 years by the Britishers. This also infuriated means what? This also make angry to the Sipahis at Meerut, and who marched to the jail on 10th May 1857. The massacred the British officers, means they killed the British officers, and whoever the imprisoned soldiers were there, they set them free. The next point, that is the march to Delhi. On 11th May 1857, Sipahi from Meerut marched towards the Red Fort. So they continued their march towards the Red Fort. When they reached to Delhi, the local Sipahis joined to the soldiers as well. They killed the European officers, and stationed there and proclaimed Bahadur Shah Zafar as the Emperor of Hindustan. So they announced Bahadur Shah Zafar as the Emperor. Soon the people of the neighboring areas rose in the rebellion against the Britishers. The Sipahi as well as the Indian chief proclaimed their loyalty to the Mughal Emperor. Means they announced their support to the Mughal Emperor, and in this way Delhi became the center for the revolt. Then the spread of revolt in the other parts of the country. How it spread? The uprising soon spread to the other parts of India. Most of the people, they started to believe that this will end the British Raj now. Northern India witnessed a huge uprising, means the Northern India was supporting to this uprising, while Bengal, Punjab, Deccan and the South, they witnessed sporadic incidents, means what? They were not so interested to support this revolt. At several places, European officers were killed by the revolutionaries. The revolt was supported by the civilians. Then disposed nobles means that whoever the nawabs, kings, and the queens, also the landlords, they supported to the revolts in the hope of recovering their lost territories, princes to join the revolt. So this is how the every person was having a reason behind supporting this revolt. They were having their individual reasons. The main centers and the leaders of the revolt. Now we are going to learn about the leaders and the main centers of the revolt. The first is Kanpur. At Kanpur, the revolt was led by Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib was the unsatisfied Peshwa, or the son of Peshwa Bajirao II. He proclaimed himself, he announced himself as the Peshwa, and he decided to remove the Britishers from his area. The Tata Tope and Azimullah, they supported him in this job. All the troops of Nana Sahib were led by them. So Tata Tope and Azimullah, they led the army troops of the Nana Sahib. However, the Britishers captured Kanpur again in December 1857. Azimullah and Tata Tope were later captured and executed by the Britishers, while Nana Sahib Peshwe, he fled to Nepal. The next is Awadh, Lucknow. At Awadh, the revolt was led by Begum Hazrat Mahal. She was a wife of disposed ruler Wajid Ali Shah. He was disposed by the Britishers on the basis of misgovernance. Lucknow became a point of revolt for more than 8 months. So the 8 months, more than 8 months, that was a point for the revolt. Sepoys, peasants, talukdars, chiefs, all they supported to Begum Hazrat Mahal, and Maulavi Ahmadullah and Begum Hazrat Mahal inspired the Sipais as well. Birjis Qadar, the son of ousted Nawab, was declared the new Nawab. So they declared Birjis Qadir as a Nawab. After the long struggle, the Sipais failed to oust the British. Means they failed to remove the Britishers from their areas. Then the next center was Bareilly, Rohilkhand. On 31st May 1857, Sepoys in Bareilly revolted and British officers fled for their lives. So the Sepoys from Bareilly, they made the British soldiers to fled or to move from their areas, from their territories. Khan Bahadur Khan, a pensioner of the British government, was the leader of this uprising. So there was a success in Bareilly for the revolutionaries. Then the next is Jhansi. Now we know that the Jhansi related with the Rani Lakshmi Bai. The British annexed or they merged her territory on the pretext of the doctrine of lapse. So here they use the policy doctrine of lapse. After the long struggle, the British forces captured the fort and also the city. Around 5,000 people were killed in that battle or in that fight, and Rani Lakshmi Bai, along with the rebels, she escaped to Kalpi to join Tatya Tope. Their joint forces attacked and captured Gwalior. Means the forces of Rani Lakshmi Bai and the Tatya Tope, they combinedly attacked on Gwalior and they captured the Gwalior. Scindia, the ruler of Gwalior, fled to Agra while his forces joined the rebel forces. On 17th June 1857, Lakshmibai died while fighting against the British forces. Tata Tope, however, continued with the guerrilla warfare technique. The guerrilla warfare technique, which is related with the Shivaji Maharaj. He continued with the Britishers the battle with the help of this. While the villagers were helping Tata Tope, the zamindars betrayed Tata Tope and he was hanged after the trial and the revolt was suppressed. So there was a court case against the Tata Tope and he was executed or hanged by the Britishers. So this is how the revolt was suppressed in Jhansi. Then Ara, the next center is Ara. Kuwar Singh of Jagdishpur led the revolt at Ara. Who was he? Kuwar Singh was an old chieftain. He was a landlord, or we can say as a leader. The rebel groups were organized by him in the various parts of Uttar Pradesh and central India. So he organized the rebellion in the parts of Uttar Pradesh and central India. He means they particularly attacked on the indigo factories. He also extended his support to the rebels in Kanpur and Lucknow. But in April 1858, Kuwar Singh died of the war wounds, means because of that war injuries. He died in April 1858, and this is how the revolt was suppressed or ended. The revolt also spread to Ranchi and Sambalpur as well. So this is how we have learnt about the spread of the revolt in this part. The remaining part we'll see in the next. Thank you.